Oh, we're actually out of wood. Wow. Okay, I'll go do a wood run.
Yeah, that's what I did.
The planks, homie. Like, we haven't made planks in so long. Remember how much wood the planks take?
How much wood do you need for a couple of medium cannons?
I was farming wood. There's like 32,000 wood. A little, you know, like midday today when I was farming it, but it goes quick.
How much wood do you need for the medium cannon? Are you over here, Papa Bear?
1,000.
No.
500.
Okay. Okay. And I'll hold off for a minute. I'll start going to farming.
14,000. I know, but no, wait till we're done the refit before we repaint, because there's going to be more planks to repaint and more blah blah blah. How badass does that boat look painted up?
Yeah, she's looking good. We need like the wood structures that we've put up there now.
So throughout
throughout
that whole
where I saved you, sir. Where I saved you earlier, Harry, with the snake when I carried.
So throughout that whole thing, we lost.
I managed to get my body back. I don't know where the fuck I'm. My pick just broke.
A touch of irony throughout that whole thing. We only lost one ship, and it was from our own stupidity. It was only a schooner too, though, so that ain't too bad.
Yeah, but it was that ship name is cursed.
No. Well, they're gonna have a V4 eventually.
Yeah, that ship name is fucking cursed, dude.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me get out here and get to work. We need wood and other stuff.
I'm stabbing my way back with my spear. Yeah.
Let me know when you can, Papa Bear, and I'll give you the resources. If you need some wood, I'll toss you some for the cannons.
Alright, how many do you need?
Bunch, because I'm going to be decking this whole island now, so anything you craft will be used, but for now, like, at least another half a dozen. After I get done with that really tall tower, I'm actually going to build up our prefab base into a mortar tower. That way it's a close to shore one, so those mortars reach so far. Because we don't have, like, I've built 2 big towers on the rocks that reach real far, but I want a really tall thing right up on the shore, so that way those mortars are just, they can't even sail near our ships without getting beamed. Does that make sense? Also, you can craft mortar shots now, right?
Yeah.
I've made about 3,000 or so blasting powder if you want to start converting some of that into mortar shots. Someone is stealing your Black Pearl C7.
No, not the Black Pearl. I stole that the other day.
Just regular mortar shots?
Yes. Those, you saw, oh, you weren't there. Harry, you saw what those things do to a ship. You saw the numbers on PogChamp, right?
3 shots. 3 shots, and it ripped half the ship apart.
I know it. Like I said, when Dynasty was coming out our island over there, I had mortar towers up over the whole thing, so no matter where they came from, we nearly sank their brig, 2 different brigs that they came in at the same time, and we didn't have hardly any ships. So we forced them right the hell away with just those mortar towers.
Mortars are fucking serious business. We had to pull all our ships back from that.
Yeah, PogChamp got shot twice, and it was missing 2 planks, I think.
No. It was missing like 8 fucking planks, and it blew all the cannons off the back of the deck and all the wooden structures off the surface.
It was in rough shape either way.
No, dude,
and that was
I don't know
2
if you
shots.
Saw it after it got hit by those. Like,
I did. I saw the numbers. It was
the
intense.
whole back half of the ship was fucking gone.
I'm telling you, man, mortars are beasts. Well, it's a glorious thing. That's why I had on our old island I had mortar towers all the way around. On this island, we're gonna have mortar towers all the way around. So even if something goes wrong or whatever, someone dies or this, that, or other, you can spawn in a mortar tower and be useful. You know. That's gonna be our, base meta right there. If you die or if anything happens or whatever, if you're on a boat, get flamed off, get on a mortar and just start being useful. Get them out of here. I want to make it so they can't even get up. Sir?
I built 6.
Thank you.
Cannons.
If you got the materials for it, go ahead and do a little bit more, because that's literally only one floor to that really tall tower. Because that thing is going to reach all the way from the northmost section of the island, north shore, all the way to the southwest shore. So I built it up tall enough that it can reach that far. It'll be able to shoot anything you can see. Only thing is, like, the only way you'd reliably be able to hit something from that thing is if they just dropped their sails and stopped, because that cannon, like, the downtime between you shooting and it landing is going to be ridiculous. So when they stop to try to do something, that's when you shoot that thing at them.
Right.
So heavy cannons only do like 400 more damage though, right? To ships? Because those little medium cannons were doing 1200, and the heavies I think were doing 1600.
21.
Oh, is there a way to spec into more damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
What up, man?
What up, mate?
What's up? I think we proved the point.
Who we what up?
I don't know.
Yeah, Deadly. Man, I thought I heard Deadly in there.
Yeah, Deadly
Hey,
came in
what's
here.
up, Deadly?
No, I sneaked my way in, man, after that PvP action.
Y'all being
Oh,
I
yeah.
have
rude.
my hub
Easy.
open, but I heard your voice. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was Deadly right there. Little yeah.
I've got him on the side screen. I saw him pop in here, but I didn't know if he was in here before or not, so I didn't want to embarrass myself.
So our boat's about to get RP as fuck.
As long as the weight can handle it.
You guys there on that initial attack?
We what?
Were you guys there on that initial attack that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
That was sick.
So
dude.
was I.
Dude, they got fucked so hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't have our ships out because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Any ship that's not parked in the harbor is gone, like 100%.
Even then, they didn't have enough mortar coverage. This is why I'm building these mortar towers around the entire island. Because you saw PogChamp, it took 2 shots and it was just barely afloat at that point.
Here's the thing, they're great. You almost need them AI man.
You can't AI man a mortar.
You can't really? Shit,
Nope.
that's
But they're easy. They're easy to hit. The shots are
It
so
doesn't-
easy.
It doesn't matter. The people actually have to be on to defend with them. So that's what I'm saying. It's
Well, yeah, I mean... But my point is, if we're getting raided or whatever, no matter what the situation is, people coming from other squares, I've got beds on every mortar tower. They can spawn right on a mortar and be useful. If they die or whatever, they can spawn right on a mortar and be useful every time.
You pulling your ship out?
if AIs were shooting at all the times, I'd be like, yeah, this shit would be dope.
You have the option to tell them to join. I think it's bugged. I don't think they can right now.
AIs on their boat was trying to shoot me as I was swimming to their boat.
With cannons?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
speaking of AIs, Deadly, we have 3 of them that are on the ground out here by where we built the galleon.
What the hell? Yeah, but do you have your crew sweeping the ocean floor underneath your shit? We got our fucking seafloor tidied up, son. You don't even know.
We have like 10 dudes brooming our deck, man.
Yeah, for some reason they all sink on. They all like glitch underneath our boats and end up on the seafloor. Moving the seafloor all the fucking time. I don't know what it is, but.
We ended up, from all the treasure chests we did today, we took half the gold and put it up in our tribe thing. We have half on the boat.
I don't. it's just me, but if you're ever out and about, I don't think you ever really need more than 100 coins on it, because you're going to get more most likely, and they just don't use it that fast. Overnight, maybe a few hundred, but I mean, they're just so heavy, too.
Like 30 AI crew running at fucking a few gold every point something hours.
It's roughly a gold every 2 hours. If they're on a gun, it's like a gold every hour and a half, I think. And a cannon can make it even cheaper. A captain can make it even cheaper, I think.
Want to check out the tanning ship, Deadly?
I saw it. I was down there earlier.
It's finished now that
Oh.
the war's over.
I like it. Yeah, we need, like, honestly, I think, you need to do the speed sales or whatever. No, I'm not saying, like, I'm saying, like, you need to be able to just barely outrun, stay as light as possible, right? And barely outrun the ghost ships, and then you just need to level with the ghost ships. Level your boat. I think, like, everyone needs to do that on their boats. Stay as light as possible beginning, like, don't hardcore, you know. And just engage every ghost ship as possible.
As long as you have...
So you don't take any damage.
And of course, most people know this by now, but some people probably still don't. As long as a crew gets the last shot, all that XP feeds right into the ship.
And you can just have the crew, or like the crew wholly manning the ships. You only need one person on it, essentially.
Like, maybe one dude just repairing.
Yeah, exactly.
You need two dudes. One dude respecting repairing, and one dude respecting captaineering, and that's all.
That's some good meta for leveling a ship. Oh, that bear's already pretty heavy.
And I go bust a few hatchets for us before we go to sleep here.
Alright.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just breaking my.
What do you
last
say,
hatchet, I'll bring
420?
resources back, and then
I'm making mortar shells, some explosive barrels.
Hey, wait, Kremsy. Here, if you need the stuff for mortar shells, come over here real quick. This is some of the stuff I did today, and Cannon's made some goodies. So that'll help make some mortar shells right there, I think.
Oh yeah, well, thank you.
It's about, I think it's 3,000 blasting powders what I put in there so far.
That'll do very nicely, thank you, sir.
No worries.
Where
Like-
on the island can I get crystal?
I can show you a spot. Come with me. Just a real quick run.
Oh, those were the men that I said were.
You know what feels really good?
The fact that we just wrecked those guys.
That Chinese streamer has been going through, like, looking at different islands. They're trying to pick a new home island right now.
Ooh, lag. Lag.
Oh, get fucking broken, kids.
You're picking a
Alright.
new island on stream. Good job.
Yeah, he's picking a new island on stream.
That's grade A shit.
What
there.
about gems?
Follow me.
They're right on. Yeah, green one's right around us. So plenty of them.
Do you need gems?
I'm showing him the spots so that way he can grab them with a bear or by himself whenever.
I can grab some on my way back on this road.
Sure, feel free.
Yeah, I'll take some. I'm trying to make just a shit ton of mortar shells.
I'm gonna show you
I'll
the.
go get the gems right now. with
I'll show you the
blasting I have.
closest two spots because they're both about the same distance, and I think both spots are ironic. They're both right next to basically my mortar towers, but I'll just path you up to them real quick. And this is also crystal here too.
By the way, George, you were driving me fucking nuts trying to shoot boats with flame arrows.
I didn't realize they had such little range.
Yeah, dude, they dropped so much. He's trying to
Right.
lead them, and he's leading them right, but he just, you know what I mean?
Oh, someone
They
already
have no
someone
range
already
on.
cleared them, but they spawn right in here where we're standing right now, Crimsy.
I was so sad.
And and let me show you the other spot.
How many did I waste? Like fucking 30 flame arrows hitting nothing?
I wanted to just do like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop shooting flame arrows.
This
He's
next
just
spot's
adding to
almost
the
never mine.
atmosphere of the battlefield.
The
you know?
battlefield of shots
I felt
missing
so bad
below.
that I shot a fire arrow at a ship that kept on turning in front of our way, and it landed like in my screen in front of the ship, and then all of a sudden it said, "You have killed such and such crew." I felt so bad. I went into their channel and apologized profusely to the captain and the crew there. I was like, "Guys, that was douchebaggery," and I apologize. I felt so bad because, like, I was intentionally missing, but apparently the ocean caught fire and it killed the freaking crew.
You know, you can just Q to put the arrow away. You don't even have to shoot it.
It was. You still with me? Okay, yeah, you are. It was a little bit of douchebaggery.
I just had to let it go when I drew it back. I couldn't not let it go.
Alright, where was it up here? We can't be too close to the thing. Alright, someone must have got these too. Right up in here somewhere, there's green emeralds, but I don't see them now on my way run up here. But
What is this right here?
hang on, let me come see. Oh, that? Go ahead and go up it. That's gonna be our I guess, big tower. Yeah, I put doors so that way people can't, the enemies can't run up it. This is the spawning chamber and the, ammo holding area. If you want, you can check the range on this cannon, but this is going to be our lowest level of cannons.
I gotta get a new farming pike.
I'm about to put some more cannons up top. Essentially, what this tower here will do, because those medium cannons have such good range, we'll be able to reach the Zira's treasure boat up there, all the way down to the ship docks over there. That's what this tower's gonna do.
Nice. Now, do the mortar shots stay
This one will not be ideal for mortars
away
because
for that long?
no, they do.
Like, what about even the cannonballs? Like, do they
Here.
actually collide all the way?
Here, give me. We'll do it like this. Hang on. I don't want to hit a ship. All right, I'm gonna aim it a little. There, that should be a cannon yard. I apologize to whoever built that cannon yard. Boom. Oh, I landed in the middle of it. Crap. Oh well.
Perfect shot. Nice.
Oh, some guy's jumping around. Oh, never mind, that's a bird. I thought some guy came jumping around the cannon yard. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, the taller ones, because if you run up there, you'll see I got a floor about 8 or so levels taller. That'll be the next level. Since these have such a horizontal arc, instead of the mortars that are more like self-propelled guns, they have a more vertical arc. The medium cannons are ideal for this one.
Set all the dudes up on the boat, like more crewmen on that gunning, that ocean side. Set up all the turrets. Cannons,
Nice.
whatever.
And I farmed up all the materials myself, so no one's getting fussy about me stealing
Have,
up
like,
too much stone
broadside
or
on
whatever.
the galleon to be beast.
But these kind of
What
things.
a fucking beast.
What?
You're an animal.
Oh. No, I mean, we got to be able to defend our home.
Stealing there, but
I'm going to put these all around our island. We're going to be able to shoot anything that comes anywhere near our shores before they get within heavy cannon range of our ships. The only thing is, like, you saw how long that cannon shot took. Leading a shot like that is almost insane, so it'll have to be as soon as they drop sails to start trying to do something, then you just start unloading. Because by then they won't be able to move to get out of the shot, you know? Leading shots from that far is pretty crazy. Oh, what am I doing running down there? I've got a freaking flight thing.
Good there, Harry?
Yep, I'm good. On my way back. I have 10,300 pounds worth of fucking resource.
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice.
Yeah, make my slow roll, chop 'em.
Also, another thing I noticed on this island, at least on CA, there's still lots of places you can drop flags to make it harder for people to steal our shit. Like, I placed an extra 6 flags yesterday, I think. So, I mean, there's plenty of areas where we can overlap our flags just a little more. Is that all one gate?
You make me a wooden sign, Mark?
A wooden what? Sign?
Yeah, I'm sure in there.
Yeah, I can do that. I think I gotta do that in my inventory. But I got you, fam. Wall sign, or what kind of sign you want?
Just, shoot, I don't know what you call it.
Upstanding kind?
Hey,
Yeah.
Deadly, you able to make some armor sets?
Alright, you want just one?
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna be right out here.
I can make plate. You trying to make a blueprint?
But he's got a crafter. I'd like to actually, George, start working on that. Like,
Hey, Hope.
for at least our crew, because obviously you can't.
If
pull
you're
back
not
enough
using that
metal
right
to,
now,
like,
I'm
mass
still
produce
using
any
it a little bit.
blueprints or anything, but I'd like to start making like at least some of the ramshackle flat stuff for us.
Use which bear?
Yeah, look.
That wouldn't be that hard.
I'd like to as well. Let's get Deadly's crafter to do it.
Okay.
It's
I ended up giving
really
that one like
kinda hard
20 something
for,
levels.
Like one of us with 2 levels that are high level, just respect
But
and
alright.
intelligence, craft it all up for us.
Okay, well, either way, I don't really care.
Oh yeah, it would have to be a crafter. Yeah, I'm not saying let's craft it ourselves. Yeah, definitely craft. Cause I was looking at that stuff, dude. It's like 24 metal. What do you need? 12 of one and 12 of another.
I can't get all the wood just yet.
On that flak armor.
It's
We
like
come back with
nothing.
like, yeah, we come back with like 5,000 or maybe a couple thousand metal from a funky different metal or something. One of these runs. We go ahead and craft some fucking sets of flak armor.
All right, boys, that's it for me. That is it.
Alright,
Gone so soon.
I brought back like 2,500 wood and like 7k metal and
Hey, where
a
do you
bunch
want me
of
to
that.
put? Where do you want me to put all these mortar shells?
Just keep them in our building there.
Yeah, I'll end up dispersing them between the mortar towers, at least part of them, like
I'll
20 or
just put
30
them right
shots.
back in. I'll put them back in the same.
Okay,
chest.
yeah, that'd be lovely. That'd be lovely.
Okay, okay.
I'll end up putting
Come on,
20
you
to
guys.
30 in
Everybody,
each
have a
tower.
good night.
Ready
Good
to
night,
do?
man.
If you can make the regular medium cannonballs too, that would be handy.
Sure. Bro, here in a bit. You down for like a Nexus or something?
Oh, what?
Nexus, huh? Oof, I played a couple of them with Zeniri today, got beat down, but you know, Zeniri sucks compared to you, so
Thank you.
maybe we'll carry a little harder. We like, so I get on, and of course, Adam's on playing fucking League of Legends by himself, not on Discord, literally offline on Discord. So me and Zeniri, we start playing a match, and it's really transparent. I was like, I'm guaranteed he's gonna come on fucking Discord now and fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, he hops on Discord then. Like, how you guys doing? And I'm like, yeah, we're just playing a couple games of Blitz. He's fucking just heavy in the League of Legends. I'm not gonna force the dude to play Atlas.
What kind of filthy casual are you
What?
then?
Playing Heroes of the Storm? Is that what you're playing?
No, League of Legends.
Yeah,
Oh,
Heroes just got unsupported by
We just play
Blizzard
the
too.
funky game of Blitz right now. Quick little 10-15 minute matches or something. Play a few or something. I was thinking about a trip on the Salty
Hey,
Schooner.
how
but-
many medium cannonballs do you want?
A lot. because even worst case scenario, even if we're not using them in the mortar towers, if we absolutely need them, then someone could just run up to a mortar tower and steal some for like PvP on a ship real quick, you know. So,
Alright.
as many as you feel you can comfortably make with whatever materials we got, that's not going to eat up all of our metal. I'd be fine within the low thousands. Because it's not like they won't be used.
I used to play a lot of Rank League.
I played League before Season 1 really heavy, and then into Season 1 I got gold, and then from there it just became a filthy casual because they took out Twisted Tree Line and it pissed me off. And then they brought it back like all cheap and gay.
I really want to take another trip on the salty schooner, but need some kind of an objective.
We could still use salt.
You're like
honey,
me, Rob. You just like to sail for the sake of sailing.
Well, I mean, like, you know, I want an objective, but yeah, I don't want to farm. I'm gonna fucking farm. I'm gonna just sail in PvP every day now. Like, I really don't give a shit about farming.
Why don't you look through a couple treasure maps, see if there's anything close by that's like pretty cool, and we'll go for it.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Really decent close by. I can take a look. The problem is we really need to go to the other side of the world and collect treasure maps is what we need. Because then, see what happens is, it makes all the good maps be close to you versus, you know what I mean? That's how it works. So the farther away, the better maps are going to be closer to us.
Alright,
if we go
I have a slightly different opinion on that.
You still need to bring the maps back.
Yeah.
You still have to take the trip out to go get map, but that's what I was saying. I'd like to take a trip one day, like go like 10 zones away and collect maps.
Hang on, Shots. I got a slightly different ulterior
way,
suggestion.
Like, and then maybe go after like one good map that you're going out there for. Do something like that.
Shots.
Just go after one high-level map out there, because you're gonna have to go far away anyways.
We're a top hat. Like, if it's like 1,000 gold, we're a top hat. Like, but even in 2,000 gold is something we can get just right around home.
Shots. I
guess it would be the blueprints you'd really be after.
Here's what I would suggest if you guys want to hear it.
Probably mythic level blueprints and shit like that. I'm really curious to see what's in those 2 green ones I have.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
No, it's alright. Shots, can you hear me okay? Alrighty.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Rob. Rob. Oh, he must be having mic difficulties or something. What'd you need, though?
I was just gonna suggest, like, the better way I would think to do maps is collect a bunch near you. When you get a bunch for, like, say, I-9 or whatever, then you go over there, you're grabbing the maps the whole way you're going there, and while you're doing the maps over there, and then you chance getting some over here. Because if you just travel far away with the intent to get maps for over here, the chances of you get them 4C4 is just, you know, very low. Instead, you get a bunch, you start to notice that they're all in one zone, or you get a bunch in one zone from over here. You go over there and you start grabbing them. I mean, just to me, that makes a little more sense to start the arc here. Instead of just traveling out there with the intent to get maps for here.
Gotcha.
Did you make that wood sign, Mark?
Yeah. I dropped it down for you, and then I ended up putting it somewhere. Because it didn't look like you grabbed, or someone else grabbed it, I'm not sure. I'll make another one real quick to be safe.
I started us up a brigantine down just down to the left of it.
Okay.
Just to have something to work on in the spare time, because it seems like majority of the time we don't get to use the core magic.
A ship of the dam just blew that. We were just looking at that a minute ago, Crimsy.
No, we were looking at Kira's treasure.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Here's your maps, by the way. Alright, make your things. I made one of each because I don't know which you want. No problem.
But it's, yeah, it seems like half the time nobody wants to take the freaking, the Mortem out, the Galleon, so.
It packs a lot more firepower, but it's traditionally a little slower. That's why I really think late game PvP is gonna be more, it's gonna be more for, like, interceptor, grab somebody, and then the big ships take them out. Oh, the weight on the spare is very sad. At least we have a new ferry you spare, I guess.
What the heck is going on?
For what?
The southeast side of the island.
What about it?
Apparently stealing land. I'm headed that way now.
Alright, I'll join. Are they on land or?
I don't know. That's what they're slaying. That's what they're saying the planes are.
Yeah, the southeast island, not southeast of this
Oh.
island. Like that one
No.
way in the bottom corner.
Southern Island, southeast of CA. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's not on.
Oh.
Yeah. Check them out. It's not on this island here. Yeah. That's what I was looking at. I'm like, no, it's not on this island.
Gotcha, good call.
Don't you yell at me.
She
God
yell
dang
at
it.
me. God dog it. That's about ready to run over there. Fucking.
Gosh darn diddly tarnation.
The excuse to run away from smashing fucking rock.
This new bear makes me a little sad, but I'll just level him up a bunch like I did the other one.
Why did he say not to use that one?
I don't know. I'm really curious because I've been using it for a couple of days now, and I gave it from like 980 carry weight up to like 1300. But I don't know. I'm sure he's got some use for it. Maybe breeding, maybe something else. Between you and me, I think we put over 22 levels on that thing. But it's all good. If you find out, let me know. I'm curious. One of these times, since I've got levels kind of at the ready, I might spec into taming to help tame a bunch of crap with them. I know how much pain it is.
So, in A4 we have a find treasure map. It's only 2 zones away, right? So that's a 7.8. Might be wise to take like an extra person, I would imagine. Only just because who knows what's going to spawn as a find.
If you want to do that or like if you're wanting to go as a group, I'm fine with that. If you don't mind me coming along, I'd like to shove a gear set in the boat and then join back in when you get close. If you're planning on doing that.
Fuck yeah. Of course, dude.
Whose little sloop is this? The Shadow Stake.
I don't know, but it should get fucking moved.
I'm by that. Listen. Okay. I'm generally not a toxic person, but I'm fixing to open up the sails and raise the anchor and let it just sail forth its merry way.
As soon as you jump off, it closes the sails. Yeah.
As soon as you leave the boat, the sails go up and the anchor drops.
I may or may not AFK on the boat.
Although I will say,
naked.
if you want to move it a little bit, just get it out of the way, then go ahead. It'll be good. You know. Worst case scenario, you sink it and then it's not in our way anyway.
Ramsey, what are you doing?
Is he really gonna? Oh my god. Oh, that was a little anticlimactic. Oh, it's still going. Are you actually gonna leave that way the hell out there somewhere?
I mean, because it's.
No. I'm just pulling it down the line.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's that one, and then there's these two over here, the Meme Dream and Shark Bait. Like, they're literally sitting here serving no purpose. Nobody uses them.
There's a lot of stuff on this sloop. There's a lot of stuff. I wouldn't want to trash somebody's boat just because it's in the way. I'll smooth it.
Those other two boats.
I'll bring my fucking salty schooner in here, though.
Any name suggestions on this brigantine?
I don't think you can name it until you drop it.
I didn't ask you. Okay.
Well, if you're gonna do most of the work on it, Ironborn. We got Born Immortum.
Yeah, that works. I like it.
What? Portamortem?
Ironborn? It's nostalgic for me.
Oh.
Back in the days of like Flux, 3 tree frogs.
Oh, well, yeah.
The times of Genesis and Garden Gnomes.
Yeah. You know, Deadly had to ruin it for me. So.
Why? What did he do?
It's just why I'm not over there playing with him, man. He put a real bad taste in my mouth. I don't care to be around him.
Oh.
You guys all have fallen out. Oh, yeah, is it?
Well, not a falling out. I mean, it pretty much like when we merged. You know, I merged into them. I took down that whole blue plat that we've worked on since we, you know, had 2 people built that plateau. And we took it all down, moved everything to the desert plat that was supposed to be. He's telling me this whole time all the towers are slot capped and it's unrateable and this, and that. After we merged, I went looking at the towers that he had on the perimeter of the plateau. 4 turrets, maybe, on each of those little towers on the perimeter were slot capped. The rest had 600 bullets. And I told him, I said, I thought you said all this was slot capped and we're supposed to be set. Oh yeah, we're good. And then once the plateau got wiped, he just quit. You know, it just, man, I was so mad. It's like I literally just took down all of our work that me and my guys had put up and just wasted away because you get salty.
Oof.
I guess,
But yeah, it's not. It's like I don't hold grudges and stuff. It's just I don't. That's why I messaged Crimsy that day and I was like, hey, y'all need another person.
Glad to have you.
Appreciate it, sir. I just heard a cannon.
That's me. I'm testing max range on the new one. Yeah, it is a little further. Sweet.
I think you're missing a small point here, there, hubby.
What's up?
Let's do a little test, shall we? You're up on your tower?
Yeah?
Alright, I'm gonna take the USS Shark Bait out here.
Why are you gonna use that boat?
you mean the shadow stake?
No, the Shark Bait.
Alright. What you want to do with it?
I'm gonna come within range of the mortem, where we would be within like heavy cannon range. Let's say if I was on a schooner and I had a bunch of heavy cannons in the front, or something. All right, I want you to max range mortar and see if you can actually hit that shit.
Well, this is a medium, but
do you have mortars on you to place?
no, not right now.
Okay, well we'll test it out with the mediums.
All right.
Do you think it'll reach it?
Not at this level. This level covers, like, it gets to the mortem, but it doesn't really go much past it. Like, I could shoot the kit rider. If they were up on us, we could be blasting the crap out of them. But the higher it goes, the further it reaches, too. Within reason. Eventually, the vertical arc goes straight up and down. The other point to this tower is this keeps them from being able to come in here and place just a tower up. Apparently, according to, I believe it was Harry that said this, you kind of want towers up anywhere on the inside anyway, so that way they can't just put something up and start blowing your crap up from the inside.
Hey, Crimson, did you move on your paint?
Oh, all my paint?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what the? It's not in the box it was in earlier.
Oh, Crimsy, I seen that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just ran this shit in there.
See, 52, 52, 52, 52, 52.
But if it makes you feel any more comfortable, the next reasonably tall, not this tall, kind of crazy tower that's going up is going to be right on top of our prefab station. I'm going to convert that into a very close to shore range mortar tower area.
Yeah, it's fine.
And that will be able to reach really far out to sea.
Well, these motherfuckers, like, design these boats, like, with a little too much RP in line, and it's like, when you don't have the mass right up against the steering wheel, you can't, like, control yourself solo. I don't know. So I'm just like, fuck your boat design, I'm gonna run this shit into the ground.
You know, like you got one sail that you can't even control, stupid.
If you need some paint and some dye on the SS Shadow Stake, there is a shit ton of paint on one of the chests.
Huh.
I just found the box. Oh, sorry.
Jesus, this rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it broke my grapple. I tried to grapple you. Didn't work.
I'm gonna grab a chunk of wood first.
These bears can definitely get some daggum strawberries, though. Holy moly. I swiped like one plant and I got two, maybe it was 2 or 3 plants. 215 strawberries.
Pool 15.
Oh, hips.
Is somebody on that little island down there to the southeast of us?
Yeah.
Is it one of our groups?
We got beds down there, but I don't know. I've never been down there, so I don't.
Neither have I. At some point or another, we're gonna need to all kind of try to get basically our legs on ground at many more places to get those discovery levels. As we're getting closer to max level and whatnot. this mortar might be a temporary fix up here, but I'm gonna see what kind of max range this tower has with a mortar shot. If it doesn't look really good, then I'm gonna pull it right back off in the first 30 seconds. Cannon shot. Just beyond the Bornomortem. Should be. I mean, that's not terrible range. What do you guys think?
It's not bad, but
It's not good enough.
What's really gonna make the difference are the mortar shots. The mortar shots do insane damage to ships, right?
Yeah, they do.
Those medium shells, they do like 1200.
1200, yeah.
1600 in total, as we know. You know, I'd focus on the mortars more than the mediums.
Agreed.
And we can have medium emplacements. We'll just bring him in closer in shoreline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can have battlements that are like close, a lot closer to the bay.
Well, that's most of what I'm gonna be doing next. This is just a, I don't know. I expected a little better range than that from this level, and I don't really feel like wasting the time to go another, 20 or 30 levels higher before starting on one that'll actually be able to reach further than our ship range. Because the whole point of mortar is to be able to reach their ships before they get within firing range of our ships. So, I might not even place that many more cannons on this one for right now, and maybe do this as a back project, and I'll start working on a closer range. Like building up our actual prefab base right there into a real tower.
Sounds legit.
This isn't a waste, but it's not as good as I was expecting. So it's definitely something that can be held off until later.
Get a mortar down.
I already got a mortar down on it. It shoots beyond the Bornomortem, but again, even the mortar doesn't. My point is, the Bornomortem with its heavy cannons could shoot further than the mortar could from up here. So, effectively, someone could anchor their ship out there, or basically drop cells and damage the Bornomortem, and this mortar here would be, dead weight. It wouldn't be able to assist the Bornomortem from its current location unless I built it even higher. And at this point, that's a whole lot more materials. Just for a little bit of extra range. So I'm going to just build up a nice beefy tower right up on the shore. And I plan on doing about 4 of those up on the shore. Or 3 of them at least. One where our prefab's at. One about where that mortar tower over there already is. And then another one kind of where the shadow stake is or whatever. So that way I can reach around the bend too.
Nice.
Eventually, this whole island's literally going to have things like this. I do think there's this one tall peak over there on the north side of the island that could have something that would just reach. And since it's already close to the shore, that mountain right there, that thing would have insane reach all across the northern shore. But that's not where our ships are, so it's not a priority either. Yet. Anyway. I'm going to leave this little tower as it is for right now. I'm going to start beefing up our little prefab spot there. with the materials I've got in the top smithy right now.
Need flint now.
Just south of our prefab base, there's a little kind of water inlet over there or something, and there's a bunch of flint stones that spawn over there. You can go over there and get over 1,000 flint in one run. If you want, I can actually go run and do that for you real quick. Or I can just show you where they're at.
Oh, I know where they're at. But...
Okay.
I got a.
You want me to go grab them up?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I need a lot of flint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
So,
bring it.
I'm-
The salty schooner don't need it. That's from Bob's.
Word.
I'll go get you some right now as well. I've been farming up the flint pretty frequently to get all that blasting powder and gunpowder done. But since I'm out here, I hate coming back on a bear that's not close to max weight anyway, so this works out. Makes me
Yeah,
feel more efficient.
I'll go out as well.
Finish preparing the boat. Split on there. Which good for everyone.
I think today's been a pretty damn good day, though. I mean, we made a statement to those DSR or whatever they are, guys.
Yeah, you come over here and just like try some cheeky wee shit. We just wipe you. Get the fuck off this. Get the fuck off.
Can use mounted guns and knocks to protect your base
Go
offline.
back to the start. Selected.
Yep. Yes, Dark Assault, you can use mounted guns to protect your base offline, but you have to have crew manning them, NPC crews.
And that's another thing we do on the Mortem, right? We have our NPC crews
Exactly.
on our outward-facing cannons.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do try that cheeky wee shit, they're gonna fucking get shot at.
Exactly. They'll,
Even though
like...
if they're smart with heavy cannons, they can outrange those guys and make them useless, but...
They'd have to know... They'd have to really be mindful of the max range and parking the ship at the exact right spot.
Well, also, we need to, like, build up from, like, the sea floor in a couple places. Like, you know, it's gonna suck. Go down there and, like, build up foundations and make it thick, nice and sturdy, and have mortar emplacement, or medium, heavy, and heavy cannon placements out there with, behemoth gates, forming a harbor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have these big, beefy towers.
Towers, yeah.
Right.
Mortar towers outside there.
Yeah, out there. So that way they can't even get in range to take on the behemoth gates or even get close because they're getting fucking wrecked.
As a fun fact, something I noticed earlier, Deadly and I spoke about this. You'd think placing multiple foundations would be the best way to do that, but it's actually a horrible idea. You want to get...
Yeah, because
5,000
foundations cuts them, right?
Yeah, 5,000 health instead of 10,000 on the bottom. So in other words, you'd at the bottom of the ocean, you'd make it just level, like say a 4x4 or 3x3 or whatever you want the tower to be. 4x4 would be ideal because then you could have mortars facing in a 360-degree arc around the entire thing, and that would give you room to kind of build up like a staircase in the middle and put cannons on any side you want to put it on. So anyway, you build it up to where it's nice flat. And then you start going walls and ceilings up, but you honeycomb it out so that way even if they take out the first wall, they got a second wall. Because each one of the walls still has 10k health. Right here's a great example, Crimsy, if this is what you're looking for. This one has 5,000, that one has 10,000. You can
also crisscross roofs inside to give it just that much more honeycombing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
You can put pillar right up the middle as you go. You know what I mean? So like with
Even
the
more.
approach, like
Up the
1 by
Miller.
1,
Even
right in the
more.
middle, you put a ramp going one side, and then a ramp going another side, and then a pillar right in the middle. And then you can even add 2 more ramps, so they all kind of point into a triangle facing down.
That's a lot of shit to blow through,
That's
so
a lot
yeah.
of resources, but that's a lot
I
of
wasn't even talking about
resources.
resources. That's a lot of stuff to
Also,
blow through, so that's perfect. Honeycomb.
you're not gonna blow through that. Like that's.
It does like 400 damage with.
To build like a sandbar to be funky, right? Like a thick ass fucking sandbar that you can like barely see just underneath the water, dude.
It would be trolly as heck if we could build like something like that.
Explosive barrels lined along the top.
Or even just a sandbar barely below the water all the way around, but say we.
The explosive barrels go good.
You know,
explosive
if you.
I'm gonna do
If you run a ship into like foundations, I imagine it does crap tons of damage. We could do like a hidden, like an invisible wall around it, built right up to the ocean, just below the surface of the ocean. As long as we knew where to get the boats out every time someone comes trying to bring their boats up in here, you know, all of a sudden they run aground and they didn't know where aground was. You know, that'd be trolly as hell too. Dark, it'd be hard to snipe someone off of this, if you know what I mean. Anywho.
Hey Rob, you wanna play with some explosive barrels with me?
I think actually to log off is getting pretty fuck. I didn't realize how late it was.
What a wimp, am I right?
Fucking 2 in the morning. And tomorrow will be my last day off, so I gotta get back on my work schedule again.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. I have this one do it tomorrow or something. Do whatever tomorrow. But... So I started hanging skeletons on the mortem.
I want to see this real quick. Whereabouts are there on the mortem?
I got like 4 inside the back of this ship.
Oh, that's cool.
A couple on the inside, like on the side of.
They only have 1 hit point.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's the
No,
noose.
it's destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple hanging off the side. I got more ropes hanging off the side, but I need to sail like a boat underneath the front of the ship because I can't get to the ropes that I hung on the ship.
That's cool.
Get like a boat underneath there so I can get like all the corpses hanging in front of our ship.
What the hell was that just happened?
An explosive barrel.
Oh, okay. Did it float?
You can place them in the water. Yeah, they float.
Can you place them under the water, like under a ship?
That was the next thing I'm trying.
We got a little crappy raft named Tanny over there that,
It doesn't appear I can place it underwater, it just stays floating.
Oh.
Maybe inside a structure though, if it's down there, right? Like maybe it'll snap to a structure.
Then it would stay down there, though.
Let me grab a foundation. But, I mean, you could just swim under the ship and then place it right next to it floating on the side. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see if a bow and arrow will set it.
Oops, sorry. Sorry, you go ahead. Towers with NPC and Puckles. What's up, Papa Bear?
Good night.
Oh! That was rude.
I had the pistol out. I thought I had the paintbrush. I shot you dead in the freaking chest. I thought I had the paintbrush.
I was wondering. I was like, wow. Okay. Very impolite, sir. What are you gonna? Oh, you're gonna paint my armor? Okay. Make me into the Pink Ranger or something? What are we going for here?
I don't know how it works.
Oh, that's a spray painter. I think that only works on structures. I think you need a brush.
Tell me what I freaking need, guys.
Agreed, Dark. That'd be a good one to stop foot people. Honestly, if you could have NPCs man the flamethrower guns, those things would be just beasts. Those guns, they light up a whole ship, do crazy amounts of damage, light it on fire for the longest time, and ruin any crew running by on the deck. I mean, just ruin them. I think that's probably, aside from like long range attacks, that's my favorite gun. I think. Because you can just rake it down the side of a galleon, up all floors and everything. It's pretty nice. I'm trying to think of how I want to start this design. Obviously, those two mortars have got to go. I think I gotta get rid of this pen. I'll rebuild it out of stone and maybe extend it out a little bit more that way, and then put the path up here next to that pen. I want to see how I want to do this, because then from there I start building up. The cloud? I don't know. That's the full. I mean, that's the medium-sized one. That's not even the behemoth gate.
I guess it is kind of 4.
I mean, I don't even know that an elephant for sure can fit through that one. I know most of the boats can't. Like a sloop can. I think a behemoth gate can fit up to a brig. But, I mean, I don't know. I hadn't really tested. Brigs are kind of expensive to test running into gates. They could definitely be sniped, Dark. If anyone's sitting on a puckle gun, they're snipeable. I mean, when I'm sitting on a swivel gun. In fact, when Born Mortem rolled up for the very first time on our other island, I raked fire down their galleon, and I think it was Crimsy actually came and shot me in the freaking back of the head. I'm not for sure.
Yes, sir.
You're like, no more of that, sir.
Damn it.
Oh, you trying to jump up here? Without a hang glider, you can't really get up here.
Bet.
Well, I mean, not effectively. You probably can. It's alright, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait! That was so close. If only you could grab on with your toenails. What? You were there. What? Whoa! First try, by the way. Alright, there you go. Oh man, alright, that's not loaded. This one is loaded. For this one, you can test how far the range goes. Like, this one could... Even this one, see, reaches as far as the mortar does that's up there. So that's irony. That mortar has the same range as the mortar on top of that gigantic freaking tower behind us. You see how...
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, if I build this thing up, I don't know, about 10 or 15 stories, we'll have reach beyond ship's capability. But that mortar has the same range, if you want to take a look at it real quick, has the same range as the mortar on top of that mountain up there. A ship could shoot further than that mortar right there could reach. So those mortars are going to have to go, and this thing's going to have to go up another 10 or 15 floors. Since it had to go anyway, that works. Yeah, that's virtually the exact same range as the mortar from that thing way up there. Which
turn it into a tower.
Will do. I'm just gonna be picky about how I get started. So I'm also going to get rid of this little cage thing here, but I still want a cage here because I think Hulk's doing something with the other cage that me and Nox built him.
I guess he's starting back up the taming and stuff. So.
Hey, let me see that glider. I've never really used one.
Oh, sure. I can craft them all day long if you need. It makes you run stupid slow though when it's actually on your back. So you know.
Or did it same as a gliding suit in ARK?
Better,
yeah.
Because if you're not fighting the wind, you can fly indefinitely. Basically, you just hold shift and look up a little bit, not too high, and then you can just stay basically level. But if you're fighting the wind, it'll shove you straight down like, you know, ARK did sometimes. Sort of like that.
How do I know which way the wind is?
The ocean. You weren't fighting the wind there. You just either held shift and went straight down or something. I don't know. But the ocean's how I always tell which way the wind's going. Like if you were to jump off toward the, well, the south side of the island, it'd be hard to stay level.
I'm making some more mortar shells.
That would be lovely. Actually, I think, Crimsy, you made some, didn't you? I think Crimsy's spec'd into it now.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate you, though. Yeah, Potato is,
I'm making more blasting powder, gunpowder.
Alright, sweet.
There's a couple hundred. I made a couple hundred.
Nice.
Good old tater.
They call me Tater Salad.
What do you have to have learned to make the ship resource box?
Captaineering is somewhere in there.
So it's like the first point in Captaineering. Basics of Peru. Unlocks food, barter, and ship resources box.
Something's dealing damage near the shore. What is all this? Are you taming that? Okay, okay. Gotcha. I'll leave you to it then. I wasn't sure if you were in trouble.
I was cycling it out.
Alright, yeah, no worries. I'll leave you to it.
That's really weird. I've opened this same storage box twice now, and it's literally almost crashed my.
Oof.
Like I'm not sure what that means, but
Where the hell did the door go? I just crafted. Oh, I must already had one crafted. Makes sense. Okay. Oh no, I'm hangry.
The ship needs repainted. It looks all patchy.
Oh.
That's really weird. It's gotta be like something with the treasure maps. I guess they're all loading in and it's like bogging me down.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah. Now, when you open a chest full of maps, it say goodbye to all of your frames.
Yeah, like the first time I did it, I actually had to back it. It stopped working. I had the forge close at.
That's rough. Oh, prepare for a cold night. I'm seeing a blue fog. Really heavy blue fog. Oh, that's right. I need to go craft another glider, I guess. Or I could craft a rope ladder. Oh my god, 11 hanging nooses just sitting in here? How many freaking skeletons were you planning?
Everywhere.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
Y'all have a good night.
Alright, good night, brother. That's not gonna work. You won't be able to do that soon. Oh my god, the lag. Right. Holy crap. Alright, well that way up's gonna be absolutely a pain in the ass, but doable. See what it takes for a wooden ladder real quick. Much better. Did you see what that guy in company just said? Leg. Sir, you either fell asleep or passed out or disconnected right in a spot I'm gonna be building that here in just a second.
Oh, sorry. You can drag my body somewhere.
Yeah, will do.
Oh, I need to go there.
Trying to go to sleep in an animal pen. What the hell you think you're doing?
I thought I was going out of the way, but
That's it.
I was not.
I'm putting you with the horses.
Alright,
Oh, I lag. Don't poop in my face. Silly bear. Anyway, for the rest of the night, we're pretty much just gonna be crafting up some stuff and whatnot. We've done our PvP for the night. Had our fun there. If you guys enjoyed the content on this stream, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, or don't. That's all up to you. Nobody owns you, but we are going to be shutting it down. As always, we will be striving to be live by 5 or earlier. Until the next one, everybody, remember that you rock, and we out!